Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Rants About Tech Live for this Tuesday, September 30th. Last day of the month, you guys. We're rolling into October. I'm your host, Rod, at Rants About Tech Live, where we talk about today's tech stories and eInk stories of the day. I'm here in Philadelphia with a lot of my friends in the chat right now. I appreciate you guys for being here. We got Parm early. We got Mitchell. Alex is here as well. Thanks, Alex, for being here. That's my coffee friend right there. We do the coffee toast in the morning. We got Jay in here in the morning. Good to see you, Jay. And we got Aaron here. Like I said, this is where we talk about the tech stories of the day. We're going to be talking about a few tech stories, but we're also going to talk about some eInk stuff today. Not a lot, though. We got MontBlanc conversations to have. This is an ongoing thing here on the channel, the MontBlanc. We got Jeff's video to talk about. He put a cliffhanger out in his video. I really like how he did it. So kudos to Jeff on that, and I'm super excited to see what he thinks about the MontBlanc eInk tablet. How you guys doing today? Hope you guys are having better weather where I am. It's cloudy here today. But we're going to do the thing. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do the thing. Probably no one we're riding today. Like, even though it's not raining and it's not wet out, when it's cloudy out, it's like, it takes the joy out of riding. It takes the joy out of it. But like I said, I hope you guys are having better weather where you are in the world today. So some of the international holidays. We got International Translation Day. I wanted to show these translation glasses that I saw at CES. They finally put out an actual commercial for them, but I couldn't find it early enough for the show today. So we'll show that on tomorrow's show. But it's a super cool pair of translation glasses, and I thought of those when I saw there was International Translation Day today. So International Translation Day today. You don't have to learn a language today. It's not a National Learn a New Language Day, but you got translation app on your phone. Get outside your comfort zone. International Podcast Day. Did you guys know that this show is a podcast? If you don't know, you can go and subscribe to the show on the channel. It's a podcast, so you can listen to it in audio form on your way to work, on your way home from work, while you're washing dishes. I don't know why you would want to hear this voice washing dishes, but you can do it. You can do it. Also, it's International Day of Truth. I have a quote for International Day of Truth. AKA Orange Shirt Day. Now, I don't know why the International or the National Day of Truth, it's a Canadian national holiday, is AKA the Orange Shirt Day. So, but I couldn't let Orange Shirt Day pass without wearing an orange shirt on the show. So, you got the orange shirt, you got the orange golf shirt, polo. I don't even know. We'll move on. Randos, though. Quote. I got two quotes for the day. Certainty feels good even when the outcome is bad, because at least you know. And knowing is what, chat? What is knowing? We're probably all around 80s, 90s, baby. What's knowing? You guessed it. Knowing's half the battle. And as long as you know, you're good to go. I'll be doing in the chat today. Having a caffeine in my water today. Oh, snap. This is a weird world. Oh, wait, let me get my coffee too. I have a Frappuccino frozen in the freezer that I can defrost because I'm a weirdo. You're not a weirdo. I do that as well. It's okay. I throw Folgers in the freezer to let it freeze and have a frozen. The sacred bean water, okay? I got to have my sacred bean water in whatever form it seems cool at the time. In the summer, it's ice. In the winter, it's hot. That's how it is. Also, happy NFYE. What is NFYE? Half the battle. There we go. Half the battle. We got some G.I. Joe babies out there. But knowing is half the battle. So there you go. Aaron would enjoy this. Is Aaron here today? Aaron's not here yet. I gotta save this for Aaron because Aaron is here. He is here. This is a Hove quote, but I'm gonna tailor this Hove quote for me, Aaron. Aaron, you're gonna appreciate this. There are people out there saying that they made Rod, right? And it made Rod say, "Okay, make another Rod." Oh, bars. If you know, you know. All right, here we go. All right, you guys, that's it for the random news for today. Let's go ahead and get to the eInk news, shall we? All right, I got to get a new transition. I've been watching my videos back and cutting them up, and I'm like, when that transition hits, it's harsh. So I apologize up front for that harsh transition. I wanted something that would be like a sound to let you know something different's happening. But I think I want to go with something more subtle, something more like on the Monsters. You guys ever seen Monsters, the movie, the cartoon? Monsters, I think it's a Pixar film. They had the most awesomest jazz transition music in that movie. I want something like that. We're gonna figure it out. New fiscal year. Oh, new fiscal year Eve. Oh, snap! Happy holiday then. New fiscal year Eve. New fiscal year starting tomorrow, October 1st. That's good stuff. I'm debating whether I'm going to be here on my birthday or not. You know what? I said I'm debating whether I'm going to be here on my birthday or not. I'm definitely going to be here on my birthday. My birthday's October 3rd. I'm an October baby. Who said they made you spicy live incoming? Oh snap! Listen, if YouTube had that member only feature, I'd be flipping that switch right now. We go in at 10:20 in the morning, but we don't have the switch yet, so I can't. All right, here we go. Let's go to Ig News. So, one thing I want to talk about today, or first thing I want to talk about today is Jeff has a video up. Jeff put a video up of a cliffhanger I thought was pretty cool. Like so, and he has a pretty cool idea, and I'm gonna copy Jeff. Jeff's getting copied, so Jeff, just know I'm copying this style of video that you just did, because I had this idea, but I didn't know how I was gonna do it, and seeing Jeff's video made me want to do it. So, when I do the meta displays, I'm gonna go into the store and record the experience of getting them and having them fitted and all of that. But Jeff like rekindled my idea for this. So Jeff put out a video. Oh, we don't want that. Okay, whatever. So Jeff put out a video where he was talking about going to the MontBlanc store. He found a MontBlanc store near his house, and this was about the trip to the MontBlanc store. Now, what I thought Jeff was gonna do was like show a little cut scene of him driving to the. That would have been the bees. That would have made this movie quality, Jeff. This would have been all you needed was a little cut scene of you in the car driving. That would have set this thing off. But anyway, it was a good video. I loved it. It was good, the concept as well. So anyway, he went to the store, and then he recorded himself talking about it before, and then went to the store, took some pictures in there, and then talked about his experience afterwards. And then I'm not going to tell you what he decided to do at the end. It's a cliffhanger. You have to go watch it for yourself. The link is in the description of the video. So if you want to see that, and go subscribe to Jeff. Jeff's doing great work over there. And I can't wait to see Jeff's video on the Mont Blanc. I can't wait to see what he says about it. He was skeptical at first. It seems like he's come around a little bit, but you have to see what happens at the end. You have to see what happens. Now, but this starts a huge conversation about what people, how people feel about the Mont Blanc. Have our feelings changed about that, chat? I think at first the mood was that this was not going to do well, and that that this was just trash in the making. It was fine trash, but trash. It was garbage, not garbage. It was garbage. But are we wrong? Have we seen anything that changed our minds on that? Now, I've seen nothing that changed my mind on the pen, which the pen was my biggest gripe because it's plastic, and nothing against plastic pens. That's not a knock. It's just coming from them. I thought, and I don't even know them like that, but and the design, I don't like the design. I mean, when it gets to the finer level, high life, fine dining, the upper echelon of we're fancy. In Philadelphia, we call that floofy. When you get to the floofy level of floof, I'm not with you anymore. That's too much fineness. It's too fine at that point. That's the thing. There's such thing as being too fine. Yeah, there is. So, I mean, that's my thing. I'm not that refined as a person to enjoy the finer intricacies of this tablet. I'm just not. This is definitely not for me. I look at it and I'm like, that's trash. Just looking at it, I don't even know how it works. I look at it and I think it's floofy. How does floofy play into me getting work done? It doesn't. So that was my initial thought on it. I didn't like the design. I didn't like the pen. So how do you guys feel now? I know the consensus in the chat at that time was kind of like, oh yeah, I don't think this is going to do too well. It's just going to be for the people who like Mont Blanc stuff. But could this, like, Jeff isn't a Mont Blanc person. Jeff may like this. Well, I don't know if Jeff's a MontBlanc person, but I get the vibe from watching the video that he's not. He wasn't in the club of the MontBlanc. Oh, Mr. Carter's from my home borough of Brooklyn, of course. Oh, snap, Jay. So Jay, you know what I was talking about too. Jay knew. I knew Aaron would know because Aaron has told me that he was in the music business and still is to some degree. So I knew that he would know. But Jay, I did not know you would know. If you know, you know, Jay. If you know, you know. Jay says trash. Do we still feel that way? Okay. The pin function is what I like, says Aaron. Oh, snap. Listen, get the air horns going for Jay. Listen, Jay, I appreciate you. Jay just he gifted some memberships. Listen, if you guys are a new member because Jay gifted you members, consider becoming a full-time member. It's cool. It's, you get the badge. Who doesn't like badges? You get to support a channel who's doing independent work. I don't get help from companies. I don't do paid promotions either. You know what? Oh, what is okay? You know what my paid promotion is? This right here. That right there. Jay just did the paid promotion. Appreciate you. Yeah, thanks, Jay. I'll absolutely appreciate you. What else? Aaron, I would love a button on my pen that could call up the recent docs or something. Yeah, the customizable button is cool. But that's a trick of USI or Active Stylus that I wish more people would take advantage of. Maybe not in that way, but definitely take advantage of the customization. The MontBlanc software is definitely not ready. Okay. Well, and listen, if you, how about the design? How do we feel about the design, you guys? Am I odd for thinking the design is too floofy? What do we think? Let's take a look at it, actually. Let's pull it up here. We're gonna pull up the MontBlanc here. Oh, what is it? Yeah, there we go. So, what do we think of the design? How do we feel about this? Like I said, when I first saw it, it just looked too floofy for me. With the leather on the side, or maybe it's just faux leather. I don't care. It was too floofy. And the pin placement on the device just is, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Aaron says, I like the design. No, the design is too floofy. Yeah, too floofy. That leather strap on the side feels over the top to me. I just feel like when you're making something elegant, it's not functional. Now, actually, let's go to this. Let's go to this quote. Let's go to this quote that Jonny Ives has here. So Jonny Ives made a quote about how he feels about design. And we're going to talk about Jonny Ives a little bit later in the show, but this is a great quote from Jonny Ives. We're surrounded by anonymous, poorly made objects. It's tempting to think it's because the people who use them don't care, just like the people who make them, which I thought was scathing. I'm like, dang, that's like when people of his stature talk about certain things and they take shots at people, it's so subtle. It's so subtle, and it's like, oh, man, that was still scathing though. Subtle but scathing. But what we've shown is that people do care. It's not just about aesthetics. They care about things that are thoroughly conceived and well made. We make and sell very large numbers of hopefully beautiful, well made things. Our success is a victory to purity, integrity, and for giving a damn. Now, that's how I feel about design. So I share that philosophy of design. So when I see the MontBlanc, I do think of refinement and design aesthetics. But I guess that made me realize I'm more of an industrial design dude. Looking at this made me realize, yeah, I like good design, but I like good industrial design. When it gets to the floofy design, I'm not on board. And this just feels floofy. All the reasons you carry the move should apply to the MontBlanc. Well, see, that's the reason I said what I just said, Aaron, because I'm so big on Remarkable. And the reason is because their design is good industrial functional design. This is just floof. You know what I mean? This is just floof design right here. Yeah, I mean, it's expensive design, and you can tell by its floofiness. The level of floof is high with this one, but it's not a functional design. You know what I mean? It's just not very a functional design for me. Now, Remarkable makes their designs are super functional. It's nothing. It's a unibody bucket with a screen attached to it. I mean, the move had to be a little bit different for weight and for maybe other constraints they had with trying to make it a little more modular or repairable. I think it had more to do with weight. They were trying to keep the weight of it down to make and they made the back plastic. But regardless, that's just supreme industrial design. Remarkable is into there. This is a little bit different. Without the leather strap, it looks like a Boox Go 10.3. See, if they had just did that. Now, I don't know what sacrifices they would have had to make this area over here where that leather strip is. I think that leather strip right there, it's the same as just like what Onyx does with the Go 10.3 here. I mean, it's the same as what who else? It's the same as what Onyx did with a lot of their note-taking devices. They have this little part right here. But where they understand they're keeping it super industrial by just keeping it a glass thing. MontBlanc made it a little floofy by putting the leather thing there. That's for the refined people out there who like that kind of design language. Like I said, this made me realize I'm more of an industrial design kind of dude. The Remarkable 2 has a spine too, yeah. But it's more industrial. Let's take a look at that. So whereas the MontBlanc has that spine, these spines are super industrial in their design and makeup, right? We have a piece of aluminum metal right here. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's super industrial. It's not like a piece of faux leather or a piece of fabric or something that makes it on the floofier design or side of design. This to me is industrial design. Same with the MacBook Pro here. All metal industrial design. Very well made, but definitely industrial in its design. So that's the difference for me. So I'm not a big fan of the design of the MontBlanc, and I don't think I would be a fan of the operating system. And so facto, this device definitely would not be for me. And without it having Wacom, I mean, that's just like the that's the straw right there. Jay says the leather and the logo is not going to survive being used as an everyday working device. Is my concern. Yeah, that too. Like, less industrial is more about the floof, right? It's not about how long it's going to last you. It's about how good does it look right now, right? I mean, that's just a lot of finer design is just about that. It's not about the utility. It's about the look, and that look is not going to last long. It's not going to be very durable, or when you're getting on that side of fashion. You think about what people wear to the Met Galas. Those are outfits they'll never wear again in their life. Like, it won't stand up to any kind of wear or tear. It just looks good for the moment. That's high fashion. And that's how I feel about this MontBlanc. Not very utilitarian. What else we got here? But I do like that Jeff is going to try it there. That because seemingly he's not a MontBlanc person, and getting an opinion from someone who's not in the MontBlanc world would be super interesting. Because I feel like I've been seeing a lot of videos about this device from people who are already in that world, and they're not judging it as a proper eInk device. Next thing we got up here is going to be the international version of the Boox Note X5 Mini. Now, this is something that Jay brought up on Reddit. Let's take a look here. Oh, can we find it? Oh, where is it? Hold on. This is to me was very interesting for a couple of reasons. Can we find it here? There we go. Oh snap! I got rid of it. Okay. There we go. Okay, so Jay did a write-up on Reddit, and this is interesting, and we're going to go through some other Reddit stuff here too, but Jay did a write-up of some things on Reddit, and I think this is a very interesting take on the Note X5 Mini. He feels like it's going to be that like typically when they bring localized devices here to the U.S. stateside, they have a small spec bump. He's looking forward to that. And some other things here that I thought was interesting. Jay compared it to the Go 7, which like I said, I definitely think this is. I'm not sure if Jay still feels this way, but and you can tell us in the chat there, Jay. Mr. Mike, how's it going? Thanks for joining. You can tell us how you feel about it in the chat there, Jay. But it feels like you don't think that this is a Tab Mini replacement kind of deal. Like you comparing it to the Go 7, like a bigger Go 7. I definitely think this is a Tab Mini thing, just a black and white Tab Mini. And I hope that's what it is. I hope that's what it turns out to be. We need more people to get hands on this AES tech. What's the AES tech? That's the active technology. Good morning, Mr. Larry Goodman. How's it going, brother? Is AES that new active technology you guys were talking about in Discord? I wonder how that's different though. I mean, for me, if that's what we're talking about, if that's what that AES technology is, it feels like to me the AES technology is just someone taking the active technology and making their own, not standard, but doing their own thing with it. Whereas USI is just a consortium of companies who decided to get together to further it along and kind of like set some standards for that standard. But the technology is open for anybody to use. Yeah, so it's similar to USI. So it's basically active technology that's not USI. Okay, cool. Because anyone can make their own active technology right now. Like it's not it's an open source technology, and even I think USI. No, active is US source, open source, but USI has their own standards and they kind of set those. MontBlanc didn't invent it. Okay, so MontBlanc didn't put the R&D into AES. It was already around before MontBlanc. Yeah, that like I said, and lots of people can make their own active, right? And we don't know what active technology is in the Remarkable. It could be a variety. It could be a form of AES for all we know, right? It could be Remarkable's proprietary form of active or capacitive display technology. So, we don't know because they don't qualify that. But I do know that anyone can take that technology and kind of run with it and do their own thing with it. I do know that. House says, I hope Amazon releases a scribe color that's better than the MontBlanc. I think the Scribe might be better than the MontBlanc. Just the Scribe too. I mean, if you ask me. That could be true, says eInk. Ooh, let's look at this. Jay left the link for us. What do we got? LG Wacom AES 2.0 active stylus pen for, yeah. Yeah. So there's lots of, so let's take a look at this real quick, you guys. So there's lots of technologies that, like I said, lots of people can take advantage of this active stylus technology and make it their own and make their own tweaks to it and make it better or make it worse in some people's cases. But you can do that here. That's something that you can do because it's open source. I wish I knew what Remarkable is using. I guess it wouldn't even matter what they're using because they heavily modify things. Because even though they have a Gallery 3 screen in the Remove, it's heavily modified Gallery 3. So they've done some things to it, which I would imagine they've done some things to whatever active technology they're using as well. All right, so but I do like that idea of the X5 coming to the US. I'm a big fan of that idea. Where we at here? Oh yeah, I'm a big fan of that idea. Software. Now I don't know what you were talking about with the software, Jay. You mentioned there's other aspects of the Notes app. So I don't know if you noticed the differences in the Notes app. Looking at the section right here, but there is some interesting stuff in there. There's like 6 or 7 types of notes you can create with it as opposed to the 5 types in the 4.1 software. And I think one of them is some kind of voice recording focused note. I think this thing is going to run 4.2 or something like that out of the gate, which wouldn't be surprising. I'm skeptical of anything that doesn't have BSR and getting the latest firmware. I mean, we saw how long it took for the non-BSR Go 10.3 to get the 4.1 software. It took a while. I think the scribe color might be better than the Remarkable Paper Pro. Not if it's using gallery. I mean, not if it's using not if it's using gallery either. But I don't think that. To me, it's hard. It's going to be hard to beat Remarkable right now in the color e-ink space, save for the flashing, because right now that's the only downside they have to fix. In my opinion, they've done everything else. The flashing, once they get that fixed, I think you won't have that worry. Kaleido 3 will still be valid until that point. After they fix that flashing, Kaleido 3, I think is just going to be on the downslide. And I didn't feel this way about Gallery 3 all the time. I definitely didn't feel this way. At one time, I felt like Gallery 3 could take it further because you could always make the scale of the pigment capsules or the scale of the color capsules that they use to make the color on Kaleido 3. I always thought that they could make those smaller and get a higher DPI or PPI if you're talking about pixels. I always thought that they could get that higher on Kaleido if they just made those squares for the colors smaller. Like you can always make something smaller, right? It's just a matter of waiting, the technology catching up to what you can do. So I always thought that was the case for Kaleido 3. But seeing how Gallery 3 is progressing, I'm less optimistic about that. The flashing is a big issue, says Aaron. Absolutely. Alex Pate says, I think Amazon is announcing a mini color soft. I hope I'm wrong. I really would love a color scribe. Yeah, that color scribe would be interesting because I would love to see what they get their hands on, because as we know, Amazon is capable of getting their hands on proprietary or very new and getting exclusive deals on tech from eInk, the eInk Corporation. So yeah. Jay, thanks for the thanks for the big up there, Jay. I really appreciate that. Let's get the air horns going for Jay. I just want to ask everyone to comment on this Reddit post so Onyx sees it and knows we care about stuff like the X5 Mini. Absolutely. Let's like that. No doubt. Yeah, I left my 2 cents on there already. So, So yeah, I would encourage everyone to leave their 2 cents on that post, because that's the way things happen, right? They seemingly pay attention to that thread, and that subreddit. So leaving your comments in there is definitely going to be huge. So I definitely left my 2 cents there already. Thanks, Jay. I really appreciate that. All right, so Sheen says 1,000, Jay. No doubt, done. Absolutely. Rod, did you see Jay said the USI on Remarkable on the same as a Tab XC? You might have to change your opinion. No, I don't think so. What makes you think that, Jay? I would be interested in knowing what you think about that, because and how do we know what Remarkable's using? I would be interested to know how you know what Remarkable's using, because they haven't qualified that. What else we got here? Yeah, I would be super interested in that, Jay. So let me know. Oh, snap. Yeah, definitely let me know. All right, so what else we got here in the e-ink space here where we can go on to? So we got Frustrated and Annoyed, Glacier. Whoa. Let's take a look at. That was the wrong one. That was definitely the wrong one. Paper Pro tip. Just got the Paper Pro and the marker feels like I'm writing on glass. Used my Remarkable 2 marker as comparison. Seems like the issue is the tip. Are the tops interchangeable between the 2 and the Pro? Marker feels like I'm writing on glass. Used my Remarkable 2 as a comparison. Oh, the marker, not the eraser, the marker. So you can't use the tips on the Remarkable 2 that are on the Remarkable Paper Pro, if you guys don't know. It's just two different technologies there. One's like we just been talking about. One's active and one's EMR. The Remarkable Paper Pro is an active stylus technology, which is different from the Remarkable 2, which is EMR technology. So they are not cross-compatible. The tips aren't cross-compatible either. They use two totally different types of tips. So you won't be able to do that. What we got next here? Reminders, to-dos. Has anyone figured out a good way to add reminders or to-dos similar to what you see on iPhones? Yeah, use the calendar app. the Viwoods platform has a very awesome calendar app with a to-do list there. It's not like active to-do stuff, but it's a good place to have your to-dos with your calendar stuff. And you can also do things with it while it's there. So I think it's a really good way to do the to-do system. And the calendar app on the Viwoods platform is just awesome anyway. You definitely should be using that if you're not. What else we got here? Jay said in it, Jay says down in the comments, I think the XC and the Paper Pro machines use some kind of double data rate USI. Plus the Boox ink sense for the Go 7 works on the Paper Pro. That doesn't mean they're using the same tech though, because like we talked about, well, I may have talked about this in the past. Really good active stylus technology. There's really good active, and then there's really bad active. And I think we know that from the Go 7 and the XC. The XC has better active than the Go 7. Jeff, how's it going? The Moss Man in the house. Good to see you here, Jeff. Thanks for joining. We would love your live take on the MontBlanc, Jeff. I know you're in the middle of doing your review and stuff. I love that video and how you did it. I'm still in your idea for my Meta Ray-Ban display video. So don't hate on me for stealing your idea, but I'm still in it. But great video and great concept. I love how you did it. Some insights would be cool. Jeff. So what were we talking about before Jeff interrupted me? Before buying Supernote, organization of notes within folders like GoodNotes. I think we were on something else though. Oh, to-dos and reminders. Yeah, use the calendar in Viwoods. It's awesome. About to pull the trigger on buying the Supernote. I've been going through videos, but haven't come across any that show the organization of notes. Just something that says files, folders, notes, but it's not visually the same. I'm used to GoodNotes on the iPad and how visual it is. You create these document folder notebooks with a cover with one click, and then all notes go inside there. Maybe you have a project, one go in document, a project, do go in the next document. Oh, you lost me on that last paragraph, bro. Then when you return, you can just view all of the notebooks, documents, folders, A and B and C in one area, and click the one related to your project to access the notes inside. Sounds like a normal folder situation to me, and you can definitely do that on the Supernote. And if you're super savvy with the Supernote, you can use the quick access menu to throw a folder of notes and get access to A, B, and C really quickly. You can throw those notes A, B, and C into the quick access folder and get access to those folders and what's in them, or those files and what's in them right from the quick access menu. So indexing is one of the superpowers of the Supernote platform. So definitely check out their indexing tools. And if you want some help with that, I got a video on my channel. Just put in Supernote and indexing into my channel. You'll see the video. It's a good one. It goes in depth through all of that. What we got? Jeff says, I haven't started the unboxing yet. We'll film it today. I won't wear a suit. You won't wear a suit for this one, but yeah, I'll probably bust one out for the review. Okay. Listen, a guy in a suit, you can't beat it. You know what I'm saying? I love it. Just you real quick, Jeff. Real quick, one more question. What is your take on the design? I know you've seen enough pictures of it, and you probably haven't really gotten your hands on your personal unit yet, and I just ruined your video. I was trying to leave us a cliffhanger for your video so people see what you did at the end, but I just ruined it. But check out this video anyway. But through any event, let me know what you think about the design before you go. Yeah, let's go on to the next Reddit post we got here. Should I use the Go 6 as a writing device? No. Short answer, yeah, no. If that's what you need, send it back. Get something different. Think about buying a used Boox Note Air 2. Worth it. Let me know, chat. Boox Note Air 2. How do we feel? Just checked, and it's $4,096 on the Paper Pro and Move, eInk. What are we talking about here? But neither the InkSpire nor the Paper Pro pen work on the Go 7. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Oh, okay. So I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, Jay. So the Go 7 technology is different from the technology that would use the Inkspire. Because it's crappier, right? I mean, it's not as good. Like I said, there's levels to this, and it's not as good. Jeff says it's a good design. I like it. The hardware seems really solid and nice to look at. The pen is plastic though, which kind of undermines the premium feel of the rest of the hardware. My sentiments exactly when I first saw it, Jeff. I personally don't like the design of the actual unit, but we share the same sentiments on the pen for sure. Thank you for that, for taking the time to answer that question. I appreciate it. Let's get the air horns going for Jeff in here answering questions. I appreciate that. The difference, I think, is the density of the capacity grid. That's what I was getting at, Jay. The density of capacity grid. And it's not even a density. So there's a couple things going on here. So let's take a look at this. I don't know who has a good, and we're going to use, you know what? We're going to use, I would not normally do this, but we're going to use the, because I don't have another pen around me right now. We're going to use the Kaweco on the Remarkable with this ceramic. I know it's going to drive some people crazy, but we're doing it. We are doing it. Okay. So, and it's not a bad experience with the Kaweco. It's not bad at all. Let's look at and see if we can get a grid going on here. I tried to draw a grid one day to give an example on the live stream, but let's see if we can get a template with a grid. I think we've actually done this before. Yeah, we have. Okay, so there we go. So that's how we'll kind of show this, right? We'll do that, and we'll just delete this. Erase all? Really? Wow, what'd you do to my Remarkable 2? Remarkable. I can't use the erase all. Oh, maybe it's because it's a different, okay, my bad. With different layer. Let's take that layer out. Bam, there we go. Okay, so we got this honeycomb right here. For this layer, we're gonna do a different template. We'll do a smaller honeycomb. I might be able to pick a template. All right, and then this layer right here, we'll do a even smaller. I gotta be patient. Be patient, Rob. Okay, now, good, perfect. So now we can see. That was a speaker. My bad. All right, so now we can see what I was trying to illustrate here. Okay, that didn't work. All right, let's try it one more time. Let's try it. Delete that layer and the big one. Oh, that didn't chat, it didn't work either. This illustration is going horribly. There we go. Whoo! That was painful, chat. All right, let's get down here. Let's get down here. That was super painful. But if you're still around for this demonstration, I think this will illustrate the point perfectly. So when we're talking about USI, we're gonna go here. We're talking about a digitizer, which is the touch layer. So these honeycombs you see here and the size of these honeycombs dictate the quality of that touch layer. When you have a grid with huge spaces like this, it doesn't give the pen enough points to make a proper line. So you can imagine if I'm trying to draw a line with this grid, it's got to go here and like that. You know, that's the line I would draw, or that's how the line would get drawn with USI with big spacing, right? This would be considered USI that's trash, okay? Now, this would be Go 7 layer or Go 7 quality of USI right here. Because when you draw a line, it's connecting lines in a grid pattern, but the grid pattern is so spaced out so you see the discrepancies. And if you were to touch a spot on the screen that's not covered by a line, you won't get any kind of marking right there, right? Only where it hits the lines at where you get markings. So when you get to better USI, now the spacing between the grid is smaller with this honeycomb pattern. So it's a smaller pattern. This is better USI. I won't even say USI. This is better active. Better active tech. So this is better active tech with smaller spaces, right? So now, when I try to draw a line, you go in here and you see the line. It's better. It's not perfect, right? But it's better. Okay? So you can see that line right there is getting straighter than what that line was, right? Because it's got to go through all of these patterns here, right? It's got to go through the patterns. Now, when I get to the best USI, now this isn't indicative of the best active, but you see the grid is smaller. The spaces between that grid is a lot smaller. This would be considered really good active stylus technology. Because now when I draw that same line, now this line looks better. It looks more like a line. Even though I'm going through this honeycomb pattern, you see that that line looks better than that line. And that line looks better than that line, right? And that's how active technology, woo. Oh boy. What happened? Oh boy. What happened, chat? I don't even, that was weird. Oh. All right, so if I'm still there, chat, oh, whoa. All right. Whoa, okay, chat, my bad. So I went away for a minute. I don't know what happened to the stream. I don't know what happened to the stream. We're trying to get me back up here. Yeah, that was weird. Okay, all right. One second, chat. Okay, my bad. My bad. I don't know what happened. I lost connection. Listen, the powers that be were like, he's being too logical right now. He's explaining things we don't want explained. No one needs to know how this stuff works. But you guys know now. So that's USI. My bad. So that's USI right there, and active stylus, and how the difference between good active and bad active. Now, another thing about this technology is that all eInk like devices have this. They all have it. So it costs no money to add it, because this is basically the same technology that you would use with your finger, right? This is just like finger technology. And this is exactly how that works. Now, there's signals that happen in between these grids here, and we won't get into the specifics of that. But that's why Jay was talking about it's a cheaper technology. It is a cheaper technology because all these devices have that tech in them already. It's just about how good that tech is, right? And if the pen can take advantage of the more points of contact that screen can produce. So that's the deal here. So that's the deal here. If you got something out of that demonstration, give me a like, you guys. Give me a like. Let's go to the chat real quick. What we got in the chat? Oh, I can't even. Can I refresh this? Oh boy. Oh, there we go. There we go. Back to the chat. Okay, let's get to the chat here. I kind of fell lax on the chat. The difference I think is the density of the capacitor, and then I went to that thing. No, it's the flux capacitor. Oh, good Back to the Future reference there, my brother. That's nice EMR. Oh, that's a nice EMR. LOL. It is, Aaron. Very nice. Everyone is on 4096 pressure levels except for Havlon. Havlon is doing something special with their pen, and if you don't know who Havlon is, it's basically the Penstar people. But they use a special proprietary pen tech. I think they're using an art pen. It's Wacom, but I think they're using an art Wacom pen. But I do know that it's Wacom because I can put a ceramic nib in there and it work with that pen. I've tried it. It's awesome. What else we have here in the chat? It's a good design. Yep. The difference, we got there. Exactly, Rod Reed. The USI difference between the 7 and the XC and the Paper Pro. Right. There we go. There we go. That's a good analogy, Jay. Like the beginning one would be the Go 7. The middle diagram with the hex. Just look at it. This would be the equivalent of the Go 7. Like this would be the equivalent of, say, the XC. And this would be like the equivalent of the Remarkable Paper Pro, the best I've seen. So absolutely good way to call it, Jeff. Oh, I'm sorry, Jay. I swear I saw that there was more on the move. Part of the reason I purchased it with the Active Tech and some very advanced Wacom. Yeah, advanced Wacom is what Havlon's using for sure. Typical test for this using a straight edge or drawing a diagonal. No. Yeah, Duroc, you're exactly right. You can test for how good it is by drawing a diagonal. And if it's not hitting at the point where you're putting the pin, that tells you how good it is too. Rod is correct about this. It's also about how frequently the USI controller can read from the pin. More frequency equal better lines, better letters. Exactly. So it's the pin tech involved with the grid. It's a couple. It's in tandem working together. Jeff says, Rod, I have a surprise for you for our E-Team live stream on October 12th. Hint, think ceramic. You piqued my interest, Jeff. You've piqued my interest. Duroc says, I get it. This is an analogy. Haha, I'm smart. Wow. Mitchell says the Kindle Scribe ColorSoft starts at 200 or the Kindle Scribe ColorSoft starts at 629. Whoa! So it's out. Oh, so it's out. So there's an event going on right now. I will be reporting on this tomorrow, you guys. That's good to know. So we got a Kindle ColorSoft. Let's look at that. I wonder if they got the post up. Scribe. I don't see it. I don't see it yet. Ooh, now in color, redesigned. There we go. Wow. Okay. Bang. Okay, here we go, you guys. We were just talking about this. This is super interesting right here. So Amazon unveils redesigned Kindle Scribe lineup with first ever color scribe. Okay, so they're definitely going to be using Kaleido here, right? It looks like Kaleido. I'm excited. This is exciting. And I was just talking about buying a Kindle Scribe. I'm glad whoever told me to hold off. I think it's Kit joined the live stream the other day, and Kit was like, hold off on buying that Scribe. And I was like, you know what? I will. I'm glad that we had that talk. All right, so what we got here? Takeaways. Amazon introduces all new Kindle Scribe lineup, completely reimagined from the ground up for productivity. Kindle Scribe ColorSoft offers a color writing experience that's fast, fluid, and easy on the eyes. Our AI-powered notebook, and this is Wacom. You know what? If Amazon might be the last holdout for Wacom, not Wacom, but EMR as well. Our AI-powered notebook allows you to naturally search across notebooks and quickly get insights. Ooh, so throw an AI in there. This could be interesting. Today, we're thrilled to reveal our Kindle Scribe lineup, reimagined for productivity. Our next generation Kindle Scribe with and without a front light. Oh wow! Oh wow! With and without a front light. Kindle Scribe, a new paperlike design that's thinner, lighter, and faster. Okay, so. Ooh, I don't see a spine. I don't see a spine on this. Wow, okay, that is impressive looking. That's impressive looking, okay. The new Kindle Scribe has a beautiful new design that's just like paper. It's ultra thin at 4.5 millimeters, ultra light, 400 grams, and 40% faster for writing and page turns. The larger 11-inch glare-free display mirrors the proportions of a sheet of paper, and just like you're writing on one. It's the perfect size for viewing full-size documents, feels natural for note-taking, and is easy to take with you wherever you go. Okay, so our lineup is packaged with innovation. New front light, new textured molded glass. Oh, okay. So no film over this. Where's Mr. Mike at? Mr. Mike still in here? This is what Mr. Mike keeps saying the Go 10.3 is as far as screen is concerned. 11-inch screen too. Maybe this is 11.8-inch screen, just like the Remarkable Paper Pro. 11.8. They don't give the point. Maybe it's just 11. Quad-core chip or more memory for our latest oxide display technology to happier. Oh, I mean, we knew they were using the IGZO. Yeah, IGZO displays or backplane technology even from the color source from last year. So this is not news. The color writing experience that's easy on the eyes. Man, okay. Have they done something special with this? Wow. Okay. First, before we keep going, what are we thinking, chat? Let me get to the chat here. What are we thinking, chat? Alex says they announced the Kindle Color Scribe already. Let's go. I'm buying it. More than Remarkable Paper Pro Kindle Kaleido 3 screen. Okay, it costs a lot less. To add the USI controller still costs money, but it's much deeper than EMR engineering. Much cheaper than EMR engineering. Absolutely. And like I said, with active technology, you only have to be concerned about the technology on the pen, not really the technology in the device, because it'll work. It's just about how good the technology in the device is, but it'll work. All three products will be available in the UK and Germany early next year. Scribe Color Soft available later this year in the US. Definitely getting the color Scribe. Yeah, that's a no-brainer right there. See, I'm glad I didn't pull the trigger on that. I wonder if they up the tools on here. Link the announcement in the Discord, Mitchell. Thank you. I appreciate that. Design looks nice. It does look nice. The design looks really good. I really do like the design. They killed it. ColorSoft equals Kaleido 3. Absolutely. The 11-inch tablet. Yeah, I wonder if it's 11.8 inch, smaller than the Remarkable Paper Pro 11.8. So it is 11, not 11.8. Interesting. Thanks, Mitch. Jay says, don't stream hiccups. Oh, snap. My bad. I didn't realize the stream was going bad. That's why the viewership dropped all of a sudden. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, it was my bad, the stream. Rod, do you have a cable modem internet? Yeah. It's not Xfinity, it's Verizon. I don't know what does this. It, 'cause, 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 So the stream is back now. You know what, you guys? I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it for today because the stream is starting to go buggy and crazy. So I might have to just. I don't know what it's been. I'm definitely not keeping this internet. And when my contract is up with the carrier, I'm done. It's a done deal. But I'm gonna go ahead and end it here, you guys, because the stream is starting to act crazy, and we probably got this Kindle Scribe stuff to look at. And I'm pretty sure you guys are pretty excited about this. We will talk about it on tomorrow's stream. Let's get the outro music going. We will talk about that Kindle Scribe stuff on tomorrow's stream. My bad about the stream problems today, you guys. I didn't even notice it. I was too enthralled in reading the Kindle Scribe stuff. I'm super excited by this. I've never been excited about a Kindle Scribe before. I am now, though. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. My bad, you guys, for the stream today. But we will cover this tomorrow. So and we'll all have way more stuff to talk about because we'd have had a chance to look at this and read it and mull over it a little bit more than we could during the stream. That would have been nice to get this going right now on the live stream, though. Sheen says, I don't know. The Scribe color, it looks cheap. I told you we don't have cheap people here. I knew it. Well, thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate that. And I apologize, and thanks for the patience with the stream and how it ended up today. I really appreciate you guys for letting me know. I didn't see it because I was too enthralled in reading. But Rent About Tech live stream, 10 till kind of whenever, 11 a.m. We do the live stream. We'll be back tomorrow with more Scribe stuff, and we'll talk more about the Scribe and more detail because we'll have more details to mull over. This is going to be a cool stream tomorrow. I really can't wait for the stream tomorrow. So if you're excited about Scribe stuff, that's what we're going to be talking about tomorrow. So go ahead and join the channel. Join the membership if you want to. Get a badge. Hit the like button for me. Hit the subscribe button for me as well. Thanks to Jeff for joining as well. And thanks for all the chat crew here. We got Jay. We got Mitchell. We got eInk. We got BM. I didn't see you come in, BM, but I would have dabbed you if I did. Who else we got here? Aaron. We got Alex. We got Hav. We got Dr. Ling. We got The Rock. We got my brother, Mr. Larry Goodman. We got Jeff joined us as well. I think that was it. You guys. Parm, thanks for joining. Parmesan. Yeah, that was it. Again, thanks to Jay for the subs. Actually, who was that with the subs? Oh boy. I don't see the sub thing anymore. That sucks. I missed chats too. I didn't even realize that I wasn't on live chat. My bad, chat. All right, but if I missed you, my bad. I'll get you tomorrow. Thanks for watching, you guys. I appreciate you for being here, and until tomorrow, everyone, take care.